So today we'll make a video to make you salty, to teach you how to talk in sailor talk. I've been sailing for a long time, I think about 40 some years. So I'll tell you what I know, and what happens is when you watch YouTube videos, especially of sailing channels, they mispronounce or call things in the wrong way, and it just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound salty. So what I'm going to teach you today is how you actually use authentic terminology when on a sailboat, so you sound like you've been around for a long time. Okay, so that's the halyard. Halyard. Things that pull up sails are called halyards. And this is the spinnaker halyard. So I'm going to take this off and then we're going to pull up the sail. I have a special session today. The video is going to be about talking in a salty way. Okay, so which means we're going to teach them how to, call things the proper way, and with proper terminology. So that's going to be the experience. What do you call this?
Hoisting.
No, what do you call this thing here, this fabric?
The mainsail?
That is not the mainsail. It is a mainsail, but that is not
the mainsail.
It is not the mainsail. That is called a mainsail.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, just to make it clear, that is a mainsail. Mainsail, not mainsail. Mainsail.
Yeah, I'll be in the forecastle.
The red one is a sheet. And why?
Because the halyard brings it up and down and the sheet moves it side to side.
Side to side?
Well,
Controls the sheet of the sails.
So this is another thing that,
it controls yaw. How about that?
so every year, I remember when we were sailing many years ago, like when I was first starting. And I forget, after every season, you forget what to call everything. And we say, pull that sail in, take it in, pull it out, whatever. It's called trimming and easing. You trim the sheet, you ease the sheet. You do not pull it in or out. You ease it and you trim it.
Reduce the yaw. And a sheet can
Yes,
also
I
be
will.
called between a sheet and a line.
That's a line.
A line is not given a purpose yet, whereas a sheet has a purpose. It's for easing and trimming the sail.
A sheet can be adjusted. A sheet can be adjusted. A line is pulled in and locked
The line
down.
can be adjusted too.
But it's static.
Beautiful day, look at this. It's all blue everywhere. A lot of boats too, looks like there's a race.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Look, the reef is on. Take off the reef. Reef 1. Pop reef 1.
Put reef one on. Reef one.
Somebody pulled on reef 1. Trim the main sheet. That means the halyard might not be all the way up.
You good there?
Yeah, for now. Yeah. Don't rub it against the... Okay, so can you skirt
Off the rail.
Can you skirt it? Skirt the jib. Okay, that's a new term. Skirt the jib.
Get it off the
Yeah,
rail.
just like the
Or just say get it off the rail.
Get the jib off the
Come on, man.
rail.
Lose it like a skirt.
Okay, so this sail here, that sail there, is called the jib. The jib. We don't call it the jibsail. It's just called the jib. Don't ask me why. That's called the jib. Okay, now, what is different between the jib and the larger version of this? So there's a larger version of the jib, and it extends further back. It's called an overlapping sail. And what do you call that? That is called the Genoa. Very important. Genoa. We do not call it Genoa. I've been sailing for 40 some years. I have never called it a Genoa. I call it a Jenny or a see, I can't even call it correctly now. It's a Genoa. Genoa, like Italy, Genoa, Italy. So every racer calls that a Genoa. This red line here, which leads to the back, is called the main sheet. So the main sheet actually pulls the boom in and tightens the boom or loosens the boom depending on where we're going. And it's controlled over there.
Like an AirPod he had in the car.
So that is called the main sheet. And you trim the sheet or you ease the sheet. Now this line here is called the jib sheet. So that controls the jib, so we call that the jib sheet, and it's used to ease or trim the jib. Now an interesting factoid, if we have a Genoa instead of a jib, we would still call it a jib sheet. I've never seen anyone call it a Genoa sheet. It's always called a jib sheet. Why? Heck if I know, I don't know why. Okay, we have some good wind here. We have some good wind, but this boat is so flat, it doesn't really heel that much. It's so wide, so we don't have any problem with wind on this boat. We can actually handle 25 knots without much of a problem on this boat. Okay, let me go back in there, and it's hard to do that. I want to fall in the water. To fix the sail was not trimmed, right?
Right.
The problem was that the sail, previously, this was last week, was not attached to the gooseneck. The gooseneck
The fixed gooseneck on the mast,
on the boom.
on the boom.
So the boom has an attachment
So-
point for the sail, for the tack of the sail,
For the tack
called
of the
the
sail,
gooseneck.
Got it.
So it
Got
wasn't attached to the gooseneck,
Got it.
and so I eased the outhaul,
to
and
attach
then
it, and then
right, and then I forgot. So now I
now you
tightened
gotta
the
tighten
outhaul. So now you heard a zillion terminology items that you've never heard before.
Where's the outhole attached?
To the foot. So the
What is that? Oh, it's to the
clue, the outhaul is attached to the clue of the sail. Clue. So the parts of the sail, there's a tack,
What about the top?
the clue, the head,
Is that a tack?
the head,
That's the head.
the head. But why is there two? Wait a minute. Why are there two heads on a boat?
Because two heads are better than one.
And I don't mean a two-head boat. I mean, why do we call one a head and then the head is a head? It's confusing as heck.
It got to do with the bathroom, right? And that's why we
One's
call
the
it a head.
bathroom, the other's the sail.
That's right.
So one term of head relates to the sail, one term relates to the bathroom.
What about the
Let's take a
masthead?
vote on which one we like
Masthead.
best.
Masthead. Another head. Too many heads.
There's three. It's the plot thickens. Yeah.
So now,
Head, masthead,
now
sail
guess
head.
what? I'm sitting here at the helmsman position. I'm at the helm. This is the helmsman position. I'm at the helm. Now, I'm also the skipper. And what do you call this? Well, we just call it the wheel, but it could be the tiller if it's one of that kind. But this is the wheel. So now, what do you call the guy that drives the boat?
Otto.
Hey, you.
Otto. This boat is called Otto.
So, it is true that you call the guy that drives the boat the helmsman, but we don't say that. In fact, when we're racing, we just say the driver. We just say drive. Autopilot is named Otto. Okay, here's a new term. Here's a new term. So the wind is coming from this side. The wind is coming from this side. That's called the windward side. That's called the windward side because that's where the wind is coming from. What do you call the side where the wind is not coming from? Meaning this side. What do you call this side? You.
Leeward.
Wrong. Wrong. Yeah. Now you're correct.
Leeward.
Okay. So do not say leeward. Do not say leeward. It's embarrassing.
I say leeward when I'm standing in the
Yeah. It's leeward. This is the leeward side, not the leeward side. So many of these sailing channels say leeward. It's leeward.
Isn't that right? Yeah.
Ready to tack? Helm to lee. Step is we're going to fly the code zero. But before we do that, we are going to furl the jib. Okay, let go of the jib sheet. I think it's locked. The jib sheet is locked. Okay, pop it up. Okay, we're easing the jib sheet. Now we're furling it in. Okay, give it some pressure there, Chris.
What?
Give it some pressure so it's tight.
Just hold on to it.
Okay, so the jib is being furled.
Little pressure off of that.
On this boat, it's a lot of work. It's like a lot of physical work. Hard work on the fingers. Hard finger work. Now, we're pointed downwind. Then he's going to work on the spinnaker sheet. There we go. And then I'm going to show you what happens here.
You're there, Rob.
Okay, so we're flying another sail here. We had a little bit of a mishap here. We had a little twist. We had a little twist in the sail, so we had to work that out. But now we got that figured out.
So rule number one.
And so there, that's called the code zero. So why is that called code zero? So many confusing things because you could have a different kind of sail up there for downwind. This is a downwind sail. So we could have had a spinnaker or an asymmetrical spinnaker, and on this boat it's called a code zero. So what is different with a code zero? Well, if you look at it, let me go up there so you can see. So on a code zero, it's actually attached to the tack there, to the bow, with a straight line, whereas a asymmetrical spinnaker is unsupported. There's nothing there. There's no halyard keeping it straight. On a symmetrical spinnaker, you're using a pole to keep it in position. So a code 0 is kind of like a jib, kind of like a Genoa, but a big one, and it is not able to handle a lot of wind. So it's pretty much attached like a Genoa. So code 0 is a spinnaker attached just like a Genoa. So that's a downwind sail. There's a race going on over there. Boats coming at us from here. Anyway, that was a lot of excitement because we had the wrap in the code 0. Complicated to explain why there was a wrap, but we got it figured out. We had to take it down. So we took down the code 0, tried to unravel the wrap on the ground here, on the deck, and then we figured it out. Okay guys, so this is called flaking. So flaking is a straight line. Look, I'm not trying to twist it. It's just straight line. No twist whatsoever. My wrist is just straight. And it's gonna make a figure 8. So figure 8 means you're flaking it. Now why do you flake it? Because when you flake it, it unravels without coiling, without getting caught, so it unravels smoothly. So I can lay it down like that. So no kinks. Yes. Furling the code 0.
D5 probably suit everything.
Don't put it on a winch. Don't put it on a winch. Do not put it on a winch. No.
Why?
Do not put it on a winch.
Why?
Trust me on this.
Because we have the experience and learned already.
We have good,
You cannot
good
put it on
because
a
we have
winch.
good judgment now.
Okay, we're furled. So we have the motor on now, so we can maneuver in traffic here. But sails are furled, and all we have to do is take down the our main sail. Look at that, more go fast tricks. Fenders on the side, it makes you go so fast.
He's ready for.
Okay, we're coming in. Procedure, I told you about flaking, which is like that. But now that we're stowing, when you're stowing the line, you don't flake it, you coil it. New term, coiling. So what is coiling? So look, you make nice little coils. You gotta know how to do this fairly quickly, because you may have to do it in the middle of the ocean. See that? There's no snags. Then that's coiling.